Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and in this video I want to go over DigiByte, mainly because DigiByte is offered in a block ETX on the Humbl platform, and you guys know I'm a major investor in Humbl, and so a lot of people are invested in these block ETXs that include a DigiByte. And so I want to go over DigiByte just because I know a lot of Humbl investors are going to be interested in how DigiByte does, because this could be another investment that Humbl investors could possibly have. So right now we're looking at DigiByte over the US dollar, and we're down about 7% today, but overall you could see since the beginning of the year this thing has gone absolutely nuts. And so a lot of people who invested in those block ETXs are yielding tons of returns because of this DigiByte, which is why I also want people to understand that own Humbl stock, that there are a lot of people on this platform that are making money off of their block ETXs, which shows the value of Humbl. So when you see the share price and these day-to-day movements that don't reflect the actual company, remember that there are people still making money here on Humbl. And so if you own Humbl, remember, buy the dips, keep buying, because this thing is going to go to the moon eventually, like a lot of people's investments here on specific block ETXs. And so I am not familiar with all of the ETXs. I know a lot of you guys may have some positions, and if you guys want to clear that up in the comments, I'd love to have a discussion with y'all. Strictly off a technical level here on DigiByte, our accumulation has been quite steady since about February. And so you can see we were at 8 cents here, and now we're about at 14 cents, but we had the same amount of accumulation, so we could start to see this price dropping in the short term just because our accumulation has stayed steady, yet our share price has gone up. And so that is slight divergence right here, which does mean we could see a pullback in the short term. If we look at our MACD could be potentially curling right back down, and if it crosses this signal line to the downside, that could lead to a lot more downside, and we could start to see a back test of our 50 SMA. And so overall we've had one interaction with our 50 SMA, and that was extremely bullish. You can see from this point on we just went extremely high. And so overall, if cryptos continue to run, I don't see why DigiByte wouldn't also. But on a shorter term level, you can see we have flatlined here on accumulation. We need a lot more buyers to come in if we want this price to come up. We are finding resistance here at around 15 cents. And so I do expect to see some volatility in the short term in DigiByte, like all cryptos. And so overall we're going to monitor this closely, but as long as it's above its 50 SMA, it's extremely bullish. But if this crosses to the downside, then we will have a slightly bearish outlook, and we will know that DigiByte is in a short-term downtrend and would be looking for a bottom. But until we get that crossover, there is no fear just yet in DigiByte, even though we were down 7% today. In contrast, I want to go over Humbl stock as well, just to show you guys the divergence in both charts. DigiByte is being sold on Humbl platform in a ETX. However, Humbl price has just been going down, whereas DigiByte has been going up, and those people who bought DigiByte are making some money. And so overall, Humbl is creating a platform for people to make some money on, in addition to everything else they do. And so Humbl, you guys already know, anytime it's low, buy up more. If you start to get those feelings that you want to sell Humbl, those are the perfect times to buy the stock, because when you have that type of fear of whether or not Humbl is going to crash, that is usually a good time to be buying the stock. And so right now we are holding support still very nicely along our 200-day SMA and our support level that does coincide with the top of this initial run up here in Humbl. And so as long as we're above that point, we are still solid here in Humbl. You can see our MACD is very close now to curling over. If we get a couple green days, we will see that crossover, and we should start to see the price action pick up at these levels. Again, I will say I think Humbl is a major buy, and I think this is going to continue to run the latter half of 2021. But I wanted to cover both of these charts just because they go hand in hand, and the same people who are following Humbl are most likely following DigiByte. And so if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs, so if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.